Yesterday I used my jelly plate and these acrylics to make these textured papers, which I feel look a little bit like rust or old peeling paint on a wall. I used all these and this as well. It's quite inexpensive and readily available. So if you'd like to know exactly what this is and how I made these, then carry on watching and I'll tell you all about it. I've gathered everything together that I need. Some paper as a roll-off, some papers to use as my sheets for textured paper, a brayer, a small jelly plate and some paints. I've also got a spray. This is just a Common Our Garden cheap and cheerful water spray, and my ingredient, which I'll tell you about later on. Now here's the ones that I did before, and I'm looking for something that looks kind of like a rusty wall, or a wall that's got the paint peeling off. So that's what I'm trying to achieve, and hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate that for you. But if you've ever worked with a jelly plate, you'll know that these schemes sometimes don't work. So first of all, I'm going to put on a little bit of my ingredient there. So I put that on, roll that up, and I'm going to go with, let's go with this green to begin with. Just only need a tiny bit. But with this, you actually need to be quite patient, because in between using these various acrylic paints, you have to factor in drying time. So I've put the paint down, and now I'm going to spray it with some just ordinary water. I do have one of these sprays here, which is a continuous spray, but I find that that is a little bit too even a spray. So those droplets of water are going to just sit there until they dry. I've found that if I get really impatient, I can get some of this tissue paper and dab it, but I will let that dry a little bit, and then I'm going to come back to you and show you what to do next. But you do need patience. So I got myself a cup of coffee, and then I shall be back with you. So I think this is dryish. The water's definitely dried on it, and let's try this. This is burnt sienna. Sorry, I should have said this is my favourite art studio. It's from the range that I got in the UK. The shop's called The Range, and art studio, and this is pale olive, and this is Amsterdam acrylic, and it's burnt sienna. So that's quite a rusty coloured colour, and just put a few dabs on there. May need a little bit more, but we'll see in a second. That's definitely a rusty colour, isn't it? Making sure I'm pressing down very hard. And there we have some rust. Or the appearance of rust. Now what would happen if we did it the other way around and put the brown on first and then the green? Okay, so let's have a go at that, and I'll do it next to the first pull and see what happens with that. Putting on my magic sauce. I shan't roll it in as much because the amount that you actually put on makes a difference. Make sure this is more patchy this time. That's a bit too patchy. I think, as you know, that working with a jelly plate is not an exact science. And then we'll spray with the water. And again, we'll let that do its magic, and then I'll come back to you once all that has happened. So again, that's dried. I've helped it a little bit by dabbing it with the blue paper, just to get it to dry a little bit quicker. And I wonder what would happen. It's my what if game. What if I sprayed this again with water and see what happened when that dried, and then put another colour on top. We could put this, I could put this one on, which is yellow ochre, or I could put this one on, which is the QUINACRIDONE magenta. So this one is Amsterdam and this one is golden. This one's opaque and this one is transparent. So you can see that if you've not seen my videos before, if it's got a square like that is open with no colour inside, either a black line and a white line, or a solid black mark like that, black square, this shows that it's opaque. This one is translucent. So we'll see what happens when this dries. So let's carry on and see what occurs when this dries. So here we go on the last layer. And let's see what happens next. This is the whole joy and frustration with jelly plates. just seeing what occurs when you pull the paper off. This is called a Baron, and it's made by Speedball, but there are lots of companies that make these at various different prices. So there you go, another rusty effect. Different feeling to this one as the first one that I pulled, but definitely it has that quality feeling of a rusty wall. So I think I'll continue and see what else I can come up with. So this last one is dry now. It's taken a little while. I have helped it a tiny bit with some dabbing of the blue paper. I think I'll use these colours. I'm not trying to blend everything in, just want it to be a little bit patchy. So there we have another effect. So this afternoon I've, let's move this out of the way, otherwise everything will stick to it. Clear the decks. So here we have the last two that I've done. Okay, there we go. So these are the two last ones that I've done. Very, very different. Using the same colours and the same technique, it's surprising what results you actually get. These are two more. So these represent the pulls that I've done this afternoon, and I'm really pleased with them. This isn't what I would call rusty or old wall like, but nonetheless it's a very, very nice texture for something. And obviously these are the ones that I've done in a previous pull. Like I keep on saying, I'm using the same colours and getting different effects each time. And the brilliant thing about it is that you really can't predict what you're going to get. So yes, it can be absolutely fantastic, and unfortunately sometimes very, very frustrating. So that's today's little session. And these are the paints that I've been using. Pale Olive with Art Studio. Towards the latter end of the video, again Art Studio Dark Aquamarine. This one is Amsterdam Burnt Sienna, Amsterdam Yellow Ochre, and Quinacridone Magenta, which is golden. Mabrea, I use this paintbrush a little bit. Water, bigger droplets out of this one, smaller mist out of this one. Just choose which one you feel is more adequate for what you want to do. And my magic liquid, but not magic really, it is a liquid though, and it's this. It's cutting board oil, and it's mineral oil, food grade. I'm happy with this. It's what I've been using to oil my chopping block when I'm cooking, and I wondered whether or not it would have some nice effects on the jelly plate. So I had a play with it the other day and decided yes it would. Whether or not you could do it with sort of olive oil or just some very fine oil, I don't know, but this, what I'm using is cutting board oil, food grade mineral oil. I don't think it matters what the name of the company is. I'm sure wherever you are, it will you'll find it on the internet, and I hope you'll have a go, and I'd love to see what results you get. So from me and my rusty backgowns, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye!